Nah, people, Joe Benjamin 528 here, aka Big Money Benjamin. Make sure the mic on. No, the mic is not on. Could y'all hear me? Microphone check. Let me see. Oh no.
Something just happened.
Yes. I think we lit now. I think they can hear us better now with the microphone. Let's check the audio. Is the ears are going live, people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We lit?
Yep, we are live and direct. Good evening, everybody.
Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic. You see, it's me and Baba Nu. You see the title up on here. So there's no discrepancy. You know exactly what it is. Tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The tree of life. The tree of knowledge of good and evil. When you remember, well,
there were two trees in the Garden of Eden. There was the tree of life. Well, there were two trees of life. One was just the tree of life, but the other one was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And that I think that's really the one that quote unquote God didn't want Adam and Eve
to partake
in, to have that, because then they would be like the gods. And
they already was in the image of
God, but they didn't have the power and the wisdom.
Right. They didn't have that power. They had powers.
Right.
They just didn't have that type of power.
Of what God has.
Right.
And eating from that tree of good and evil would give them
which is really tainting them. Because they had everything.
Yeah, everything, because it wasn't for them. And the reason why it wasn't for them is because Adam and Eve was on earth and in creation to, learn something first before they get into that.
Yeah, when you really check the Adam and Eve out, the breakdown, when you really read the breakdown, their foot didn't touch the ground. They float. And when you go deeper reading the book of Adam,
that was to keep their purity.
Right.
And what it also meant is that they dealt with heaven, not earth. With the tree of good and evil, you got to deal with both heavens.
Which is really dropping you down to a lower state.
Which is, or you could say, it's the balance. You gotta.
No, to hell with that. You go from having everything to having.
Yes. Oh no.
That ain't balance.
With Adam and Eve,
to hell with balance.
They fell.
Right. That's what
they fell because it was forbidden for them. They weren't ready.
And the serpent knew that. When you talk about that serpent.
And you can see that they weren't ready because, with the first apple that they ate, they had a problem with their, with their nakedness and stuff like that. So
which they didn't have a problem with before.
Which they didn't have a problem with before. So there was that definitely confusion. But just to let people know that there's another side to the tree of life, and there's another side to the air sphere, which is what we are dealing with, and the birth angels, that is restricted.
Because say that again. It's what?
Restricted.
Thank you. Restricted means big ass X.
You get 3 birth angels, but there's also 3 other water blood that you also get.
You want to say?
I remember
demons. You could say it's 3 more demons.
Let me just say this, right? This Mambo contacted me on Facebook. She was initiated by an Ungan out of Haiti, like one of the only Ungans that work with the Goisha. And she said, that when she got initiated, she received three Goichi spirits
Mhm.
as opposed to three angel spirits, and she was like, what's that? Because she didn't know what that was. The thing
Terrible
is,
times with that.
is that very few people even know about
Even
it,
heard of it.
heard of it, work with it, and even how to work with them as shrines and stuff
But
like
let it be
that.
known that's the dark side.
Yeah, it is the dark side.
That's when you start like backtrack with Star Wars.
Yep.
They say the Force, and reason why I use Star Wars because it's this knowledge that they take and put in a movie, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So they say you have the light side of the Force, you have the dark side of the Force. So with the light and dark side, even in Star Wars, if you pay attention to that, they let you know where there's an equal. Where there's one, there's an equal match to it on the dark side. So our next movie, they make it a TV series out of it on Netflix, which they already had season 1, is Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah.
They had the movie Dark Crystal.
Look that up.
When you watch the TV series, it show you how you have a group that end up splitting apart. Their dark side and their light side end up splitting.
Mhm.
So that was very interested in the Dark Crystal. And then they have something called, give me a hand. Put your hand up like this. Have something like this where they call dream fasting, where they go like push it to me so they see it in the center like this. So that palm, all right, is a pour. Remember, me and Brother Divine done broke this down before. And I broke this down way before. This is a major energy point, a portal. That's why when you go pray and you put your hands together like this, or do anything with your hands, the different symbols, it brings up that energy. Now you could tap into the dark or the light. Now this is the thing. The reason why we say it's restricted and me and Baba Nu don't talk on it a lot is because some people would feel they could just do it. If you go back, pay attention to Star Wars. When they talk about the Jedi Master like Yoda, Mace Windu, they mastered the light and the dark, and they try to stay within that balance. Then you have the dark side, which is the Sith Lords. The Sith Lords also master that light and dark side, but they say, no, to hell with it, we going more on the dark side. So one went more on the light side, one went more on the dark side, but they had to learn the tooth path. Some of y'all will want to just jump into this and say, oh, this is what it is. I'm going to learn birth part, and you're going to get yourself effed up.
To deal with the Goetia, you're supposed to have a dragon.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me answer this question. No, Courtney Terry, after December 31st, I already let people know I would no longer be part of Nicholas Brooklyn. This is the number you can reach me. Right here, 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. One more time, 929-374-3828. Yeah, let's get into that dragon.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a dragon. And the dragon. The dragon helps with your chakras because it's really through your chakra system that you are able to deal with those.
Which the dragon is the serpent.
Yeah. So it's really through your chakra system that you can deal with the demons. Now, how this is symbolized in ancient Kemet is you would see Sobek, the crocodile. He's the dragon, and he's on the back of Taort, and you will see 21 dots. Each one is for the chakras that go up your spine. Now,
say that again.
Each one of those dots, there are 21 chakras that go up your spine.
Should explain the picture one more time.
You see a picture of Sobek, and he's on Taort's back.
Taort is
Taort is she's actually a constellation. She gave birth to all the 12 stars.
That's the one that be leaning over like
No,
this with
that-
the stars in it.
That's Newt.
Okay.
That's like the macrocosmic universe itself. But for our solar system, Taor is the one that birthed it. She's the one that birthed Lucifer. So there's a reason why they have her depicted with that dragon on her back, being the mother of Lucifer, and the set is the forces, the 72 the 72 Goetia in Kemet are called the 72 generals in Set's army. Set and Satan are the same. So that was like a code to let people know you got to work with the dragon if you want to deal with those infernal, tempestuous beings. You shouldn't mess with them if you don't have a dragon.
Now, I know some of y'all won't listen.
No.
I know some of them won't listen. You're gonna jump into things and get yourself jammed up. That's on you. We're teaching you the good part so you can learn. For us to even teach on that other side, first off, oh man, this is like real tricky even trying to explain it.
Yeah, because you don't even want
Yeah, like really
to divulge.
Right.
You know.
You gotta, like, for us to even set up a class on that, first off, we definitely gonna have to definitely raise the price up on that. That's one. Two, we would have to move even further and deeper into a whole nother realm that y'all know nothing about, and go deeper in.
And
hold on, I see. What's the serpent in Egyptian? Apep
or Opep.
Or Apep or Opep is pronounced. Okay, yeah, and that's the next one, and that's in the Egyptian, where you tricking. Same way how the serpent in Christianity or Hebrewism, if you really want to go there. Push on that. DJ Samo, what's up?
What's the relation between the Dogons, Ogor, Satan, and
Let me put it up.
Yeah. This is another big secret, but he got the connection. Oko is Ogun. And it's not about Ogun being Satan, is that they made a mistake in the creation of this world. So one of the tricks when you look at these cosmologies, one of the things that you will start to see is that it was more than one deity or being or whatnot that is responsible for the mistake of this world. In ancient Kemet, they point to Set. They don't say Lucifer. With the Dogons, they say Oko, which is Ogun. Now, Oko is also referenced by Gerald Massey as one of the deities in the Khmu pantheon. But then now we also have Lucifer is pretty much the major problem. But Ogun
is a problem.
Yeah, like Ogun and these other angels, they rose back up. But you got
we wasn't even supposed to talk on the rising back up part, but okay. Yeah. I see Courtney says
no,
watching porn.
No, it's not
safe while being in your higher self. And let me answer this. No, definitely not. For somebody that used to watch it, all right, like heavily too. Okay. Like, okay, let me just see. Like, okay, like even watching it as entertainment, no. Because once you start going to a higher spot, remember, you start opening yourself up in a higher level. So what you want to take in is a very strong aspect of yourself. And that's why they use these industries,
Yeah.
such as the porn industry, the music industry, and all this other type of industries to do what they do and bring you in. And you're gonna notice once you get on a higher spiritual level, it'll be different. Now, Courtney Terry asks, isn't sex considered magic? Yes.
But not perversion.
No. Even self. Even self, if it's perversion,
Mhm.
it's still magic.
Right, yeah.
But it's a bad form of magic now.
There's good and bad.
Because
magic.
you have people that's dealing with that with them young ones. We know what those are. Them short-eyed bastards, we call them. You understand? They got short eyes. Those pedos. And then you have the ones that's dealing with animals. Okay? That's the bestiality. So if you're looking to say, oh, but this and that is magic, we're not going by that. We're not going by that because we already know it is, but we're not going by that and just say, well, oh, is it good? Well, it's sex. So, nah, they know what they're doing in that industry. That's why when me and Brother Divine brought out Sexually Transmitted Demons, Part 1 and Part 2, we did 2 pay-per-view live streams on that, and we show you how these people use that. And quite frankly, if you go back to what we would say with Adam and Eve, and she go eat from that tree, convince it, that let the serpent convince her. The convincer, if you really pay attention, the serpent did something to her. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then she go back teaching Adam.
That bullshit.
That bullshit. Oh, language. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I nearly said it too. But that's what it is. When you pay attention to the story. So now she put him in a form of perversion, and the reason why God punished him because like, yo, you know better. I made you over her. How you gonna let her just tell you come eat this? And furthermore, how y'all know you naked? That's because you ate the stuff. So now that perversion start kicking in. All right. So even though if it's a heavily massive part of the spirit realm and dealing with this, it shows you that the serpent tricked them to have them in that perversion for the sex act to make this happen with the falling. See, it's all about falling. When you start, that's why we're trying to give you your birth angels so you could reach up on high. Remember, it's me and Baba Nu doing this together. It's not just Baba Nu alone. It's not just me alone. It's me and Baba Nu. Because just dealing with this on this scale, need 2 people. You're not going to see much people come out with this type of stuff and looking to give you it. And if they doing it, a lot of them is charlatans and copycatters. And you're going to know they're copycatters because why? They ain't been doing it.
Right.
They ain't been talking about it.
Right. You know, this stuff is the 72 are referenced in my first book. You know,
The 72, what is referencing
the 72 angels of the Shem Hamfarash.
That's the God Genes Decoded book he's talking about. Volume 1. Go ahead, talk.
So, you know, it's like I said, they're the ones specifically Neith. She's the one that helped me really get an understanding and a grasp of the Camus cosmology and seeing that it was about, you know, chemistry and biology. You know, is sometimes it's not easy to make that leap in understanding from, you know, reading these ancient texts, and you are reading about different gods and goddesses, but you can't see that they're talking about hydrogen and oxygen. It's not easy to just, you know,
because you're not adapt.
Yeah, it's like, why would a deity be an atom or molecule? You know, you're just not at that point. Plus, with all this agnosticism and the dichotomy between religion and science, it makes it more difficult. But now, when you get that understanding, you're going to have more, you know, comfort and confidence on your spiritual journey. So when you look at these birth angels, they help us to, make that, leap to a higher level of understanding. They help us to rewire our brain
Our
because,
whole body.
yeah, chakras and, stuff like that. But the way that we think wires our neural net connections, and that has to be, you know, unwired. And that's how you get deprogrammed from false beliefs,
And then reprogram
and then get reprogrammed.
because Beauty and All says, what about Officius, the serpent bearer, 13th zodiac sign? Interesting you mentioned that. So if we're dealing with the 13th zodiac sign, notice it's the serpent wrestler. Okay, he got the serpent in a headlock, and he's fighting with the serpent, battling the serpent. Why this theme of always man battling the serpent?
And why does it happen during the 13th sign? What's the battle during
Thank
the
you.
13th sign?
That 13, that's supposed to be the quote unquote bad number.
Oh yeah, right.
Right?
Battle
Right?
number.
And then they changed up the zodiac. How many years ago? Not that 12 zodiac. The 12 zodiac is fairly new. For a lot of y'all that don't know, it's fairly new. It was always on a 13th zodiac system. For them to take out that serpent wrestler, where I talked about this with Eileen Bay before. You have to remember the zodiac, the chakra systems, the angelic beings. Those are different levels of your body. Those different angels. When you really tap in deep. So when you start dealing with the serpent wrestler, you trying to gain control over that self, that lower nature that's trying to pull you in, because the reptilian brain. Remember, the reptilian brain deals, it does have this. Check it out. There's something called the reptilian part of your brain that deals with rituals. How ironic that it deals with rituals. What's up, Kansu? I see you. Salute to Kansu. So, did we salute the international audience?
No, we didn't.
Salute to the international audience and the domestic and everybody out there.
This brother asked a
Hold
serious
on.
question.
We're going to get to him. We're going to get to them. So when you start dealing with that reptilian part of the brain, it's like what Baba Nu just said. You have to break out of that programming. So you got the serpent now trying to come and get you like, nah, you got to stay up in this. And you're like, well, hold on.
Yep,
I know there's a better way now.
Yep.
I know there's a better way now, like fall back. And that's where you start seeing we deal with the rise of the Nagas that me and Brother Divine did when we started touching on the rise of the Nagas, and we telling you how to rise up, because just like how you had those trying to keep you down, you had those few trying to rise back up and put you up. Go on to the part where Baba Nu said how it had rules that was falling, rose back up. That's important. Now let's get you wanna touch on that some more. You want to get to this question?
We could touch on some more.
Go ahead.
Another thing with Adam and Eve. Remember that there was Adam and Lilith first, right?
Lilith. Oh,
yeah. So they are trying.
They don't talk about that.
They don't talk about that. But
But wait. Since you brought it up,
give
them the breakdown of Lilith. Let's not just breeze past it. Lilith, like you said, Lilith came first. Well, not before Adam, but when they get the breakdown, she was before Eve.
Right.
When you get the breakdown in the sacred books, how they read it, Lilith was like, I shouldn't have to answer you.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to answer you. So she was already rebellious.
She was not. She didn't want to be feminine.
Yeah, she was already rebellious. So it's like, oh, okay, you don't want to follow, you get cast out. You're gonna get cast out and deal with this on your own. So she got cast out and walked out. But she's like, yo, I'm out. She thought it was sweet. So, and that's, as we explain in this, that shows like with the women, the creation of woman, because that goes back into the brain. Now touching on the angels, because the man have a certain chemical in his brain that the woman don't with that breaks the mind control factor and deal with logic. So you see how the science and all kick in. So good, go on Lilith. Now that they got a better understanding.
Yeah. And then in terms of what the guy is talking about here, even with the porn and whatnot, remember that Lilith, her kids are Ephesus and incubuses. They are sexually seductive demons.
Say that again, please.
Her children are Ephesus and incubuses, which are sexually seductive demons,
which is known as succubus,
yeah,
or incubus.
And those things are real. Don't even call their name, else you might have an experience.
Oh, and we ain't telling them their names, so
yeah,
most of them don't know that name anyway. So yeah, Jules said Lilith wasn't having it because she want to be rebellious, and it's like how you go box with God? I'm not even trying to be funny, but how you gonna box with God?
He asked what book and verse.
Yeah,
is Lilith in?
It's not.
I don't know.
That's not in the Bible.
Google.
No, that's not in the Bible. That's what you got to deal with.
They took it out the Bible.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of stuff they took out. Yeah, most Christians know about
Lilith.
Most
Christians know about
like
Lilith.
The hardcore Christians.
Yeah,
they could tell you about Lilith. But
sure, I don't even have a Bible.
But it's not in the Bible.
It's not.
It's not in the Bible.
I know about it.
You understand? So let's go up. What's up, Ayana Muhammad? How you doing? Let's give a few shout outs first before we go in. Beauty and all, shout out to you. Jewel, shout out to you. What's up, Jewel? Courtney Terry, shout out to you. All the people that's typing in, checking in. Internet Savior, what's up? Shout out to you. D1 Naka, shout out to you. Who else? Let's get somebody from the beginning. Mr. Murray, shout out to you. DJ Samad, shout out to you. Thomas Grant, shout out to you. All right. T Earth, salute to you all. All right. T Earth, shout out to you. And salute to everybody. Carolyn Russell, salute to you. Okay. Carolyn Russell, your stuff getting shipped out tomorrow. Just so you know, your gold oil. Okay. Your gold oil. Sorry for the delay on that. All right. Sudden Breeze, salute to you. All right. Salute to everybody. Eric Davis, salute to you. All right. Let's get back into this. We gave the shout outs. We gave the salutes. Okay. You want to get to homeboy question now?
Yeah.
Now, this is very good. 1999 says, is the public ready for this info? Should they be prepared? A pre-course. It took me a long time to read the God Genes. I just wasn't ready. Now that's deep.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this type of stuff, because me and Brother Divine done let y'all know with the Magnetar star. We've been let them know. With the Mercury retrograde that was kicking in, we've been let you know. We let you know everything will be hyped up, amped up, and everything else. So now, fast forward, or should I say rewind? Rewind back to when was telling y'all you have to get spiritually ready and spiritually prepared. I've been telling people this in 2004? Actually 2000, about since 2000. And you've been telling them as well. So as you come into it now, when you read the God Genes Decoded, volume 1, all right, it's supposed to activate you. That's why he has the 70. How many is it?
The 72.
72. The 72 beings that he's talking about in here, giving the breakdown that you most likely is not finding nowhere else. So of course people aren't ready, wasn't ready, won't be ready, because this book is deep. It's a reason why this book cost I almost said the price on there. I want YouTube try to get at us. There's a reason why this book costs the price it costs. It's a reason why the Library of Congress hit him up and say, yo, you have to raise the price of this book. There's a reason why they pull him into a room and want to have a meeting with him. Think about that. Where you ever heard them just did that before? All right? So this is real. UK in the house. What's up? All is self, Cosmos. What's up? Is it necessary to read the Bible while coming into your own spiritual awakening? Of course it is. And don't let anybody fool you and tell you otherwise. Because there's a lot. Let me tell you something. When you start dealing with the Bible, I'm just going to talk on the Psalms alone. Just the Psalms, which people don't know is the ultimate spell book. You want to really jack somebody up. And I don't even like teaching people that or telling them on that. But you really want to jack people up and start pulling those communication with angelic beings?
Psalms give the direction for what has to happen with the magical operation. But
Psalms is singing.
yeah,
People
but
don't get it.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's
next
a whole.
year,
Yeah, yeah.
because
That's a
gonna be-
whole. That's opening up a. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
opening up a whole another. So we definitely gonna get to that next year. But you're on the right track that you ask that question, because you're looking at it on a microcosm with the information that's out there. A lot of the information me and Baba Nu gave you already, you haven't heard before. And when you check it out, you see we're legit with what we're saying. We're about to give you the Mac. Come 2020, that's y'all ass. Come 2020, we giving y'all that work.
the Tree of Life organizes the system. It brings sense and integration with astrology as well. You know, when you look at the dynastic ancient Egypt, you will see that they were following the zodiacal procession. You know, when you look at the 12 tribes, that's about following the zodiac. You know, when you look at, Jesus Christ and they're like, oh, that's everybody, that's about following the zodiac. Years ago, when I was doing a talk show and I wanted to talk about, Christianity and, Jesus Christ and stuff like that, the goddess Sekhmet came to me. She said, you got to speak on astrology. That's what it's really about. 12 disciples, 12 disciplines. That's the zodiac. So the tree of life has the correlation. Each sphere connects to a different planet which rules over a zodiacal sign. And then, through the solar year and the lunar year, that follows the zodiac. So certain things would happen that correlates to the zodiacal sign in the lunar month. Like if you are following, like, what sign is the moon in this month, etc., etc. But you also get to see that, with your birth, with your birth,
Angels.
with your birth angel.
Birth angels.
Yeah.
Real quick, I put the link up. Let me share my screen so y'all see what I see. Okay, this is the angel reading course right here. All right, angel reading, learn how to work with your birth angels. That is what? December 7th. Yes, December 7th. That's this Saturday coming up. They only have a little bit of slots left. We haven't reached the full 100 yet. Once we hit the 100, that is the cut-off point. All right, real talk. So don't say you didn't know. I'm putting the link in the chat, and it will be in the description, and it will be in the comment section pinned. All right. We're gonna wrap it up. Okay.
Yes, and if anybody out there wants to contact me to get some spiritual work done, you could have some issues
Egyptian
with someone.
at
You
gmail.com.
might want to get a new job or a higher paying job or whatnot. We could
Just readings. Just say
readings on stuff for your life and spiritual work.
All right. Egyptian voodoo priest at gmail.com. All right. And remember, after December 31st, I will no longer be associated with Nicholas Brooklyn. call 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. You want to reach me, okay? And y'all already know what the Insta Grizzy is, Joel Benjamin 528. If you want to hit me that Cash App, don't be shy. $sign symbol, Joel Benjamin 528. Joel Benjamin 528, everything, people. All right. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic. Make sure y'all share the videos. And I ain't get on y'all case. Y'all ain't been hitting them damn like buttons, but it's okay.
Peace.
Peace.